as it is my neveke. Is it no? Or stands is this guy chooses.
Again, power bodybuilding. The way to retain your strength as you diet down. That's the key points here, boys. Something that, us guys that don't do drugs have to keep is our size and strength as we diet.
So, for those of you who don't know, Mike O'Hearn is a professional liar, and you can even see for yourself on his own website. He claims to be a Martial Arts Hall of Fame inductee and a Californian Judo champion. Has anyone ever seen him fight anyone? I've never even seen him kick over his own head. I mean, literally, you can even do a Google search for Mike O'Hearn kick, and the first image that pops up is a photo of him doing a front lat spread. Flexing your muscles isn't martial arts, Mike, and even a retard could tell you that. And you'll all love this. If you do a Google search for Mike O'Hearn Judo, you'll find a video of him in a judo class where he's wearing a white belt. Look everyone, a martial arts and judo champion is only a white belt. 4 times Mr. Natural Universe. Yeah, we'll get to that natural part in just a moment. 4 times Californian powerlifting champion and 4 times best lifter. I could not find a single record of this. No one has ever seen him compete in a single powerlifting competition, and the only thing I could find was a Reddit post where supposedly Mike claims he has an 800-pound beltless squat and a 600-pound raw bench. And this post links to a very interesting Facebook conversation. You have known me for over 12 years along with the greatest powerlifters and strongmen in the world. You're not a powerlifter or a strongman. I have won all the titles there are. No, you haven't. My records stand for themselves. You have no records. I never concern myself with negative comments from men that have not achieved anything. Is that why you're arguing with actual powerlifters Mark Bell and George Lehman who have achieved American records? And then George Lehman said, "One day I'll get a chance to meet you and I'll laugh in your face for your comments on here. Couldn't just be happy with being an unnatural guy with dedication to diet and bodybuilding. You had to be the natural guy lying about the insane powerlifting numbers. Enjoy your time in the sun. You earned it with lies." Okay, so Mike claims that he has an 800-pound raw squat. Well, here's a video where he can't even squat down to 90 degrees with 495 pounds. He cannot do one single proper rep with 60% of his max. And this jackass charges $250 just to watch him work out and give some bullshit advice. Okay, well, some of the best powerlifters in the world know that Mike is lying about his strength and his involvement in powerlifting, and it's also pretty clear that he lied about his martial arts background and pretty much everything else he bragged about. But is he lying about being natural? Well, Mike made an Instagram post saying he's not on steroids, you're just a pussy. Really, Mike? You have a white belt and you're calling us all pussies with that haircut? Now, I could use a fat-free mass index calculator to help us determine whether he's natty or not, but I'd much rather go with Rich Piana's method of, does the dick hang lower than the balls? And judging by that tiny little nub there, it appears that the dick does not hang lower than the balls, but that doesn't prove he's natty. He just might have a really tiny dick, but I'm sure he'd tell you it's 13 inches long. So he passed the dick hanging lower than the balls test, but what about the fat-free mass index calculator? Well, according to his bodybuilding.com page, he's 6 foot 3 inches tall, 247 pounds, at 4% body fat, putting him at a fat-free mass index of 29.9. 5 points above the natural limit. Mike O'Hearn is also 46 years old. Does this look like how a 46-year-old would look if they weren't taking any exogenous hormones? It turns out injecting testosterone and growth hormone can keep you looking young and allow you to build muscle beyond the natural limit up until old age, as the 70-year-old doctor found out.
5 years ago, I found out that my hormone levels were deficient. And so I've got those up into the normal range.
And
that
you take some
with the exercise.
You take some growth hormones, correct? Human growth hormones.
I do. I take growth hormone because I was deficient in growth hormone and testosterone.
Yeah, I just gotta wonder if Mike O'Hearn is taking any exogenous hormones to allow him to grow and maintain muscle mass beyond what is naturally possible for a human being, let alone someone his age. But Mike would want you to believe that his natural anti-aging supplements are his secret, which he is currently selling for $100 a bottle. And by the way, less than 2 weeks ago, he was selling these for $700 a bottle. I guess they aren't selling well. It also says vegetarian capsules on the bottle, even though the supplement is made out of duck embryos. Does this look like a vegetable to you?
Oh, please.
The water is still good.
We've got the body in there.
There's body in there.
I can't believe Booth wants me to eat an unborn baby duck.
And then you eat that.
Yes, whole thing.
Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, so what do you think will help make you look like Mike O'Hearn? Hundreds of dollars of exogenous hormones or hundreds of dollars of gross bullshit supplements? And here's a photo of him standing next to Mr. Olympia Phil Heath. You know, if you asked his dog if he's natty or not, I'm pretty sure his dog would tell you he has a tiny dick and shriveled up testicles.
Oh, say, yeah.
Huh? Speaking of dogs, I think Mike should be charged with animal cruelty, not only because he forces his dogs to hang out with such a douchebag, but also because he's a complete hypocrite. If Mike O'Hearn loves dogs, then why doesn't he love other animals? Why do dogs deserve this sort of special treatment, but other animals get this sort of treatment? This is something else. Mike O'Hearn claims he got his dogs Teddy and Bunny after doing a photo shoot where he thought they were someone's pets, but it turns out they were just props for a muscle and fitness photo shoot, and after he heard they were headed back to the pound, he took them as his own pets. And in this same interview, he said his favorite food is steak burrito. You don't see the problem with that. There's only two explanations for why someone would give love and compassion to one animal, but would cause suffering and death to another animal. Number one, you're ignorant and you don't understand the far-reaching consequences of your food choices. Or number two, you only care about yourself and you really don't give a fuck about animals at all. And based on Mike O'Hearn's behavior, I'm inclined to think the latter. Do you really love animals, Mike, or are they just a nice accessory for you to use to help improve your public image? Is that why you take them with you everywhere you go? You know, today I think I've proven Mike does a lot of lying, so maybe this is just another one of his lies. Maybe he's just nice to dogs to make people think he's not all that bad of a guy, but what's really going on is he doesn't give a shit about animals, which is why he causes their suffering and death at virtually every meal.
Serven och reachten in the gap, så get brothers in the shell is down.
In any case, don't be Mike O'Hearn, be nice to all animals, and don't be a selfish, lying, hypocrite piece of shit.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.